Hey guys, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Get started here in just a second. Okay. I think we are good there. What's up, Tom? And all right, we're going to transition over right here. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. Back at home in the Ham Shack. And from being out of town for the last week, and it's been fun. It was a great trip we had last week, so thanks for joining us tonight. Shout out to YouTube channel members in the chat. Andy Callie was in there early, of course. Wayne, saw you in there earlier. Tom, KJ5GKK, Jeff, AA4BC, good evening. Aaron, KQ4HZK, Jody, VE5SAR, good evening, guys. How y'all doing tonight? And there we go. See Renee 6 in the house. Glenn, thank you for the $50 super chat. Starting things out right. Look at that. Look at that $50 super chat. That's I'm not complaining about that. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Glenn. Appreciate you guys being here. How many of you worked us on POTA this week? How many of you worked one of us on POTA this week? I would like to know. There were 7 of us that were licensed. No, 8 that were licensed, I think. And we all activated multiple parks. And, well, everyone activated multiple parks except for Javi, K6TNT. He did 2 or 3 soda summits. So that was a thing on his end. He's a soda guy. Tim wants to know, is it the lighting or is my beard grayer? I don't know. It's shorter. I cut it. This part of my beard was gray when I started growing it in the 8th grade. It's always been gray. So, yeah. Always. But, you know, probably lighting too. I don't know. The bands were a little bit tricky. But we made it work. All right, let's bring the crew in. Unmute. There it is. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
Hey.
How you doing?
Tired,
yeah. Yeah, I was telling them I went to the gym this morning and I was just kind of dragging behind. I wanted to go because I hadn't been in a week, and it was I'm glad I went, but I go in there. He's like, "What do you want to do heavy today?" I was like, "Nothing. I just want to kind of get back into it. I'll be back on Tuesday, do heavy bench press, but not today." Yeah. So okay. So thank you for calling that out. WV3V. Yeah, my video. This is something that OBS changed. So it used to tell you when you would switch scenes that it used to say, hey, you're in 4K or you're in 1080p. So I was in 4K. I record everything in 4K, but I stream in 1080p. I forgot to change it. So it's streaming in 4K now. That's why it's laggy. I figured that out after 2 or 3 times last time. So let me know if the audio is bad. The audio should be okay. But yeah, and everyone on Zoom, your video should be fine. But my video is going to be a little glitchy. But I'm trying to turn some stuff off in the background here. But it's my fault. It's my fault. So, Kyle, you driving home? He said he was in Kansas, I think.
I'm driving home, yes.
You be home when? Tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get home tonight. Map says midnight. I'm not going to drive to midnight. I'm going to drive to the end of the stream and probably find a campsite, or I might even get a hotel room because it's 100 degrees out here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought you said you were going to planning to be home on Tuesday, so I think you're ahead of schedule, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah,
yep.
Oh, good. Good deal. Okay. Audio's fine now. What's up, Freddie Mac? Thank you very much for being here. Well, cool, man. Drive safe. Thanks for joining us. Jeff, have you ever been on stream before? I think you have.
I think maybe one of your Friday night
Oh, the happy hour?
Happy hours like
Yeah.
a year and a half ago.
Okay. Are you still active on your channel?
Nope, I haven't. I
Okay.
don't think I've posted in. I don't think I've done a live stream in about 2 years.
Do you still upload though?
No, I've never done an actual. I never uploaded video. I did.
Oh, you
I've done a
only
bunch
did
of-
live streams. Okay.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of live streams.
Okay. Okay. Jeff's channel is Ham Radio Nomad. So, yeah, that. But hey, man, I hope you pick it up again soon.
I've
So,
been considering it.
yeah, good. Good. Nasser says I need an NVIDIA RTX 5090 video card or even a 3090. Maybe I do. I built this computer for streaming, but it's been like 2, maybe 3 years. So whatever I got, I think I bought like a $600 video card. But of course, you know how fast computer technology moves. I'm sure that video card's probably worth about 27 cents today. So a video card upgrade would probably be a really good idea. Maybe I'll look into that. I will check that out. Mike, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Good. How you doing? Is my audio good?
Yeah, you're okay.
Well,
It sounds like you're on ambient audio, but it's 100% copy.
This headset always has issues, but it's better than having an echo going.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Good, man. How are you?
Good. Tired. Got back really late Friday night. Saturday morning. It was about 12:30 in the morning before I got back home. And then yesterday was full with family stuff and everything. So the driving didn't end. I still did like 4 hours of driving yesterday. And so to relax today, I spent half the day working in the new shack.
Oh, yeah, you just got a new house, right?
Yeah. So
Good.
a lot of my gear's still at the old place. I just been remoting to get on 6s. I'm not going to lose any days on that. But yeah, I've got 240 wired into the new room, finish the drywall, just get the ceiling hung, do the floor, and then I'm ready to move things over. So I'm getting pretty
Awesome.
close.
Good deal. Cool, man. Good luck to you. We're going to see you. So you and Matt are going to be camping next to me next month, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
Okay. Good.
We'll keep the RV spot open for all the seats and everything. I'll probably be bringing 5 camp chairs too. I usually do.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we're gonna. So I sent an email to Mark from Hamfest chairman, Huntsville Hamfest chairman. I sent him an email just like late this afternoon. He hadn't had a chance to reply yet. Maybe I'll hear back from him tomorrow. Trying to get him onto the stream next week, next Sunday, and then I'm gonna invite all the YouTubers onto the stream in 2 weeks. So everyone, mark your calendars for that. Izzo says Kyle looks muscular. All that hiking, etc., has made him buff. Kyle, let me tell you something. Kyle did
on the roads.
Right. Kyle did a hell of a job planning most everything we did this past week. He did a fantastic job laying out our course, mapping it out, where we were going, what we were doing, and it was an incredibly fun trip due to his planning. So hats off to Kyle for sure. It's not the first time he's done that, but he did a really good job with that this time.
Thanks, Kyle.
I think he missed his calling. I think he's a travel agent in disguise.
It certainly
He
seems
says
that
no,
way. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
We pulled out the paper maps a couple times there too. I like that.
Yeah.
That was
Uh-huh.
awesome.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
sad I wasn't a part of that
Mhm.
because I love reading maps.
Yeah. I said Javi wanted to go get a paper map one day at the store, and Kyle's like, "I've got paper maps." Of course you do. Got a really good use out of the new. I say new. It's not new to me. It's new. Gaia GPS app. When we were at the More Expo in April of this year, there was a guy that did another YouTuber in the Overland community that did a presentation about Gaia GPS, all the different mapping features that it has, all these layered maps you can add to it. And I went ahead and bought it at that point in time and downloaded it and kind of tinkered with it a little bit, but I hadn't really used it until this trip. And I think I'm gonna like it. I've been kind of watching it ever since then. So it's going to be a good mapping program, I think. Not quite the replacement for Google Maps I was hoping it was, but some extra stuff that you don't get on Google Maps, and still a good mapping program, especially if you're getting off the interstate or off the highway. So I'm looking forward to using that. I might try to do some videos about that soon. but we'll see. So, Robert, I didn't call on you because, well, first of all, I didn't know if we were going to lose Kyle, and then Jeff and Mike aren't regulars on the stream, but you are. So, good evening. How you doing?
Yeah, good evening. I'm recovering, man. I am tired.
Yeah.
And I slept like a rock last night. I had the best night's sleep. And I woke up, like I was raring to go, and I overdid it, of course. Right. I did all my unpacking, all that type of thing. And then I decided to go spend 3 hours outside in the 100-degree heat, which was not the smart move. But no, I'm good though. I'm trying to get rehydrated and try to get to a point where I can actually be functional at work tomorrow. So,
okay. I went to the gym this morning, and I'm live streaming tonight. So I didn't go out and mow my grass today, which is what I should have done. It's just too hot during the day. So that's my task first thing in the morning. Be mowing my backyard.
Yeah, that's the time to do it.
Yeah. So I'll be tackling that first thing in the morning. So we'll see. But yeah, I hear you about sleeping. I slept pretty good last night, although I slept. Emily's cousin stayed with us last night. She was in town for the weekend, and she flew out early this morning. So I slept downstairs on the couch with the dogs, and so I kind of slept in the same type of environment last night that I have been for the last week, which is not in my normal bed, but it's all right. It's all good. Just trying to keep the dogs quiet and everything through the night, but do what you got to do.
Yep.
So cool. Well, I'm going to bring up a subject that might be a little touchy here in a minute, Rob, that has to do with you.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm ready.
All right. Yeah, it's good. Frank, what's going on, buddy? I didn't know you were streaming tonight.
Yeah, I was. I set the stream yesterday when we were in New Mexico, and I set it for 7 o'clock or 6 p.m. And guess what time it set it for Central Time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Wayne reached out to me, and he's like, "Are you streaming at 7?" I was like, "No, 6." He's like, "Well, you need to go check that." And oops. I had Steve, and we were talking about just the radio basics for Parks on the Air and how to get all signed up and what it mean to do stuff and interact with the site. It was a great stream. If you're interested in starting Parks on the Air, head over, check out that stream. It gives you a lot of good information. Talking about grass, I'm in the same boat. I looked at my grass and I was like, Jesus Christ, the front yard is long, and I mowed that last week. And I looked at the backyard and I did not mow that last week. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do this, but I can't even get to my mower. And in my garage, the tent set up because it rained on it. I have the cot set up because it rained on it. I have the tarp draped over stuff because it got rained on the back. So everything is in my garage because it's about to rain outside. It maybe today was a little funky, so I can't even get to the lawnmower.
Well, sounds like you need to plan better for your garage setups.
Well, I am thinking about doing a sort here. I swear I went on vacation. I did not camp in the garage. I think it'll be fun.
Right.
Think it'll be fun.
Totally. No, it'll be fine. Just you may have to put Sapphire outside for a night or two.
She's outside right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
I checked the weather. It was only supposed to be raining. No bad storming.
Hey, you know what? We got to give Frank some credit here. Frank is like he's in the 1% of Texans who actually put their vehicle in their garage.
That is a good point.
That is a thing. I don't know why, how, or I don't know what the deal is there, but Texans don't put their vehicles in their garage.
You get bad hail down there too.
Sapphire goes in the garage. She is kept up, and she's a kept car. So
my truck has been hailed on numerous times. I've never had hail damage. That's what you get for driving a Ford. And if I drove a Cracker Jack box car like Frank does, that would probably split in half with the Texas hail. I'd probably put it in the garage too. No, but seriously, it's I've got an old truck in my garage, but I haven't driven it in like 6 years, so I don't think that really counts. But yeah, very, very true.
So when we're talking about Sapphire, I just just glanced down to Kyle, and he was just shaking his head and hanging in shame.
Oh gosh. Huh. Well, that's how it is. I know Kyle parks his car in the garage. Of course, he's not in Texas, but
good Kyle. Good for you.
He's got
Yeah.
And the trailer. His
Yeah,
hiker.
the hiker.
Yeah, I get both of them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't move to Texas, Kyle. They won't admit you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my garage is so small. I have to play Rob like in Utah, where we grease you up and like push you into the garage. It's too tight.
Yeah. That's good.
May I ask Mike where he's at? Because it looks like you're in the hospital. Did you make it home all right? With
No,
the curtain behind you.
I'm in Jenny's office. My office is under construction.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's also why it's pink right there.
I thought that was just an off-white color from the camera. I didn't know it was pink, but
Yeah, it's
you're
a
in a
really
pink
light one.
room.
Yeah. Figured you guys get a kick out of that. I troll so much, I might as well give some ammo, right?
True. Good point. Sheesh. Okay. All right. Frank sent me not that Frank, the other one sent me a clip that I think will be pretty fun. So hold on a second. Here, let's see if I can do this, and yep, just like that. And I can do. Hold on, y'all. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Hold on a second.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll just take over a little bit. What was your highlight of the trip? What was like the one place we went? You're like, I don't want to leave.
I tell you what, I really liked that very first off-road drive we did, the back door into the Black Canyon of the Gunnison. That was pretty enjoyable. I mean, it was, and I'm pretty sure it was longer than the other drives we did, or we seemed to be out there a lot longer.
We crawled a lot.
Yeah, but I really very much enjoyed that. So, I mean, I enjoyed all of them, but I very much enjoyed that one. Maybe just because it was the first one, and I wasn't expecting to be so off-road, and I really liked the off-road aspect of it, but yeah.
I was really jealous of everyone driving. I wanted to drive and do that trail. It was so much fun. Are you still, do you got it set up?
No, I got it. Let's see. Let's see
just
here.
treading water.
I think this is yours, Frank.
What did I
Other
do?
Frank sent this to me, so hold on.
Hang on, we're getting
I have
those
to
into
say,
Roberts. We got
what did I do?
Kilo 7 SPR, Sierra Papa Romeo, Kilo Tango 0, Alpha Delta Sierra, and Whiskey 2 Homo Romeo Charlie.
That was good. I got to admit it. That was good.
All right, thanks, Frank.
So yeah,
That's
I thought
from my live stream.
I know. Did you cut that clip out, or did Frank? One of you?
He did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Whiskey 2. Was it Hobo Romeo Charlie or the other one? HOMO Romeo Charlie. I didn't hear what y'all said. I thought he said hobo at first, but
Y'all
either
lost
one.
it. Y'all lost
Yeah.
it. I
Kyle
totally
did.
missed
Kyle.
that.
It was hilarious at the time.
That was somebody who ID'd to us. That wasn't us
Yeah.
using that call sign. That's funny.
That was fun. That was my
That
favorite
was Frank
moment.
who was IDing.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's why he sent it to me. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Frank.
yeah.
That's funny. We had fun. That's kind of what we do. We go out there and have fun like that. So
That was Ham Radio Clubhouse call that.
right.
that messed up.
Right. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, Frank gave us like 4 calls, right? He was just spitting them out.
Prep Impul was the altitude. They can't handle lack of oxygen. That was a real.
Right?
That was a real thing. Yeah, you start hiking a little bit, and you're like, man, the air up here is thin. You don't you don't realize it until you start moving, kind of like with a pack on or uphill or something like that.
Sun's a lot stronger too.
Yeah,
Right.
1 beer feels like 2.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, y'all let us know. There's been a few more people join. Let us know who worked us. Because we activated I think I had 4 park activations.
I had 6.
6? Okay.
Yeah.
I think 4. Well, we did 1 on the drive home.
Yes.
And then we did I don't know. I have to count. I haven't actually uploaded my logs yet. I was looking at my logs today, but it's I was thinking it was 4 or 5, but maybe it's 6. Maybe it is 6, including the campsite where we stayed.
Yeah, that and the BLM. Right, so we had the Black Canyon of the Gunnison, then we had Gunnison BLM.
I didn't do Black Canyon of the Gunnison because I already had that one in my log from our trip 3
Yep.
weeks ago. So yeah, you guys should have one more than me. That's true.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's probably the difference.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me, T owes me the log for the BLM land. Yeah. The one outside
y'all
Gunnison.
activated together. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was driving when we did that activation. I just said, let's just call, get the calls as we were going.
Yeah. We worked Mike, K at MRD, on our drive home after we left. Actually, it was before we left you, Kyle. I think you were behind us when we were working him, but it was shortly after we left Monarch, I believe. And we got a ham alert, and 2 or 3 times I got a ham alert on him, and I couldn't really ever hear him, but we heard him that time. And he was down in the noise. He gave me a 5.8, but I got a video or 2 I'm going to make about my mobile radio setup, which I'm not really happy with at this point in time. So,
I think that was actually before Monarch, right? Because
maybe
he was still
maybe
in the Curacanti National Recreation Area. We were still in that.
Maybe it was after we left that POTA activation at the lake.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because you guys worked him park to park. I didn't even log him. Because I was driving, but I just worked him as a chaser.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, that was cool. I hardly ever get to work Mike because we're too close.
Right.
He was really down in the noise that time.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I worked him when we were in Big Bend earlier this year, like in April, and he was booming in there. And that was in Texas. I was in Big Bend National Park in Texas, and he was at his home park, and he was booming in 5.7, 5.8 on that day. But the bands were kind of garbage this whole week, and they have been for a while now. But when we were driving back yesterday after we left the Airbnb, I was getting ham alerts from a friend of mine in a club up here, and he was working FT8 on 12 meters. And I'm like, dude, if 12 meters is open, maybe the bands have finally opened back up. I don't know, though. I haven't been on the radio in the last couple of days, so I'm not sure if that's true or not. But guys, let us know in the comments if you've been on the radio this weekend and how the bands are.
So who's uploaded their logs?
I
Not
did.
Me. Mm-mm.
I
Not
haven't
yet.
either.
I did
So
mine
Mike
in
is
the truck.
Robert
Well,
and Mike.
I only
Kyle,
did it
Kyle.
a couple hours ago.
I did
I
it
have
while I was watching you stream.
Oh, good, Jeff. Awesome. So Jason and I are the slackers.
Yes. I've been working on videos.
Same here.
Working on videos.
I'm trying to edit, and I don't think I'm going to
I
finish
know.
the video for tomorrow. I should have done it more in the car. I just didn't feel like it. I was cramped, man, in that back seat. What?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to somewhere else. Logging software. I saw a couple times asked what logging software did we use. Anything other than Hammers and Polo?
I used World Radio League when I had an internet connection, which was most of the time. There was 2, I think, activations where I had no internet connection, so I used Polo. But if I could get an internet connection, I used World Radio League. I'm actually gonna work on a video about a comparison of those 2. Also, I'll give you a quick preview of it. Neither one is a bad option. They're both very good options, and pick the one that you like the best and go for it. Neither one is a bad option. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do a video that kind of compares them. So,
nice.
Yep. How many? And Rob did a bunch of satellites, and apparently that was the grid where we were camping and where most of the places was Delta Mike 68, which is a rare grid for satellite operators apparently. And how many did you count up the total number of contacts you made, Rob?
I think I had 22 contacts in total.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But you did some from Delta Mike 67 also, right?
I did one pass from Delta Mike 67, and I had 4 contacts on that pass.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good that's 22 people who presumably didn't have that grid square before, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like after every pass, I started getting people reaching out to me by email saying, "Hey, don't forget to upload your logs. That's a new grid for me."
Yeah.
So I was getting, emails and DMs the entire week after a pass. So, and I had that one very cool pass where I got Alaska and Mexico in the same pass. That was awesome.
Yep. Tom already talked about the camera glitch problem. Dawn, N5SKT, Nassar and I want you to talk antennas. As in, are you asking what antennas we used? And then Whiskey Victor 3 Victor, who's on my All-Star system, by the way, he's asking what satellites did you work?
Yeah, so I was just responding to that. So SO50,
okay.
ISS, SO124, and that was it. Those were the three that I tried operating Tevel 2.3, but I didn't have any luck with that. And when I looked at the Oscar status page, there was some people that were having success and some people that weren't. So I don't know what the dealio is on that guy yet. I know, they turned it on for the first time a couple of weeks ago. They had to do some adjustment on the squelch because radios weren't able to break squelch on it. So I think they're still tuning it. So I don't think they're ready to start lighting those up on a regular basis yet.
Okay. Yep. Well, that's at least you got the chance to try it. But yeah, SO50, I think you did several of those.
Yeah, I did. SO50 was, we were just in the right place at the right time for SO50. I think I only worked one ISS pass. There just weren't good ISS passes. Whenever I was available, put it that way. The whole caravan stopped a few times for me to work passes, but we didn't stop on every single one of them. It was, more of an opportunistic. I kept saying I'm working holiday style.
I think the ISS passes were lining up like there was a morning wave when we're all getting ready to get out on the road, and then and then it was late evening when we're already back and tired and just relaxing.
Right. And it came overhead that one time that was supposed to be really visible at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and we were awake for that, but there was really bad cloud cover that night, so we never saw it. I guess you could have worked it on satellite, but we never physically saw it. Like they were saying you should be able to see it.
But by 10:30, we were in campfire mode, and I was not in.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to drop campfire mode to
glass or two and a cigar.
That's right.
Yeah, we were relaxation mode at that point.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, people are asking what POTA antennas did we use? What antennas did y'all use for the POTA activation? So I took my Tar Heel and I never actually set it up. I kind of had that. What I should have done is set that up at the campsite, but I never did because I thought, we'll set it up in the National Forest or something. But we always use someone else's antenna. I know we set up the PAC-10 once or twice. Mike on stream here, he had Buddy Stick Pro set up at the campsite. And Kyle had some 9-to-1 random wire. I don't remember who makes that one. But I think that's primarily what we used was the infed half wave, mostly the PAC-10. And there was a vertical we used at one point, wasn't it? Or did we just hang the infed half wave vertically?
We had an infed half wave that was a PAC-10 at one activation. Then we used a Kyle. What was your antenna? It was an infed half wave.
The 9-to-1.
It was just a homemade 9-to-1 random wire.
Yeah, 9. I remember it being a 9-to-1. We had the FT891 with a tuner on that one, and I brought my 891. We used it a couple of times. Kyle had an 891. Mike, you were using a 705, but mostly doing CW. And I think the rest of us just kind of borrowed. I don't particularly like this. This might be a topic for a discussion for an entire live stream. I don't particularly like pass the mic if you've got 5 or 6 guys activating. I don't like it when you say, okay, stand by for second operator, stand by for second operator, and then you pass the mic along. I guess it can be more efficient at times like that, but I'd rather just sit down, get my 10 to 12, and then hand it off to somebody else.
I'm with you. And there's nothing against the rules to do it that way. I just don't prefer it.
No, there's nothing in the rules. No, that's just my personal preference.
I agree with you, except when the bands are terrible and it's taking you 20 minutes to get those, or 30 minutes to get those 10 contacts. Once you get someone, pass that guy around.
Yeah, but I'd
other
still
than that,
argue
I
the
want to
other way,
do my
Frank.
10.
I'd still argue the other way because, I mean, just think about that activation where we were trying to do pass the mic. One person would get them, we'd pass the mic, and then they'd be gone.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that was that day at the national park.
Yeah.
But I am all about sitting down and getting my 10 contacts, especially if there is a big pileup. But if the bands are terrible and it's taking us 10 minutes to get a single contact, hold on for second op. Hold on for third op. We will all get them in our logs. That's my 2 cents. Nothing about rules or anything. I rather prefer work the radio when it's my turn, except if the bands are dead. There's my 2 cents.
I just think it's faster. I think it's overall faster to work it by yourself because for me, and everybody's cadence is different, but for me, if I get 2 or 3 or 4 operators, if I finally start to get a small to a large pileup, I can work those pretty quickly. And the only time I like to pass the mic back and forth is if we find somebody we know, like if Dawn N5 SKT would have been on there, or there's Tim Grayman POTA, if he would have been on there, or K at MRD, or Joe Brett. I've worked Joe Brett a bunch of times on activations before. He'll turn on the radio and hunt us. But if it's somebody I know, I'd be like, oh, hey guys, Joe Brett's on the air. And everybody would want to work him. Yeah. But other than that, I would just rather like get my 10, 12 and hand it off to somebody else. So partly because I'm probably in the middle of making a video at that point in time as well. So I want to activate and get my log done and then pass it off so someone else can do that and then work on my videos some more. So, but that's just, again, there's nothing legality wise. There's no right and wrong way to do it. It's just a matter of personal preference.
Grayman's saying, I don't know what's Frank's issue getting 10 contacts in 30 minutes. Man, sometimes the bands will be like that, where it's just hard.
Yeah, I mean, it was challenging. I don't think we ever had any failed activations. No. I think we activated every time we tried, but it was challenging a couple times just because, we would have stations come in 5759 and then you say, okay, yeah, you're 59, here's the park number, etc., and then they'd be gone. Like just the band would just drop.
I had a real rough time at Gunnison. I walked up the hill from you guys. I was 100 feet higher, had a great view, horizon, did all that work, and I got one contact.
Yeah.
And then, once I give it the valiant effort like that, then I'm fine with doing the, we were all there swapping between 2 and 440. I'm fine with that. I gave it the old college try, but that was pretty frustrating.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And then later that day, I activate Ridgeway, and it was, knocking down fish left and right. It was pretty easy.
Yeah, you said 20 meters was pretty alive that one night.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that evening because I was so frustrated from that boat. I wanted to do it right away back at the campsite, and 20 was wide open. I got I think it was 30 contacts in 15 or 20 minutes, something like that. Wow. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. Okay. Well, yeah. So, but I think primarily we use the Pac-10. I think that's what we had set up at the unpronounceable national forest and
Last Dollar Road. Yeah,
Last Dollar Road. Yep.
That was my Pac-10. That was actually the second time that I'd used it.
Yeah.
I think the champ.
That Last Dollar Road, I think that was my favorite part of the whole trip when we're up at the crest and we were activating and we had a complete almost horizon with the mountains everywhere. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was. And that drive getting up there, I loved going through that aspen forest, and it was just that was an awesome drive, and a great spot at the top.
That was probably I said I liked the first drive the best, and driving wise, I did. But I think that Last Dollar Mountain Drive was probably the prettiest drive to get up there. And then we went to was that the day we went to Telluride after that, I think?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and that was a fun trip as well. But yeah, that was definitely the prettiest view of our destination areas. I think that was the prettiest one.
Yeah. I know what you mean though. That first drive, and maybe it's because it was the first, right? But I know, like, there were a couple of times, man, where I just couldn't even contain myself. I got so excited.
I know.
Well, that one time you were like trying to make a turn and you couldn't see what was going on, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
dude,
look out! Yeah, because I was going up a hill, and apparently the road turned, but I couldn't see over the hood, and there was a big drop off on the right hand side. Rob's like, "Look out, go that way." I was like, "Okay."
I think the most fun I had. Well, Jenny texted me. She wanted me to put a plug in for places that we went to. I definitely had the most. I don't know if I'd say fun, but most exciting moment of off-roading right outside of Ouray when we were going up to the overlook area.
By accident?
Yes, by accident, and I started slipping to the left towards a steep cliff.
So
and
what,
then I'm like,
go over what happened there. How did we get up there?
Google Maps.
Google Maps.
Too much faith in Google Maps is what that was. And
that's correct.
And Javi was in front of us, and I guess you guys were all peer pressuring him. He was like,
"Oh, yeah,
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. You're fine. Go."
He kept saying that, but he had his foot down pretty hard. I think he was. Yeah. I don't want to go up here, and then I was like, okay. I think he was pretty into it. I think so.
That was my first real time. I've been off-roading before, but that was first time as a driver, and I wasn't. That was literally the second trip doing that. In that, we rented the car, so I was past my comfort zone. Just with the slippage, I'm sure I could have made it. Honestly, after the drives that we did after that, I'm sure I could have made it. But at the time, I wasn't comfortable doing more. But then I had to go in reverse down that road. There's no room to turn around.
That's a challenge.
Because we turned around and Javi was like, Mike is almost up here.
Go.
And then
wasn't I like 150 feet away or something?
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, you guys are it was right around the corner.
I was taking pictures and I turned around. I was like, where's Mike? And Javi's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did they fall?
We didn't hear an explosion, so it must be fine.
Yeah. No
doubt. I mean, Mike, I think if you had like a pseudo off-road vehicle, right? You had the Bronco Sport.
Yeah.
I think if you would have had a more capable machine,
big boy Bronco.
Yeah, I think you would have had a lot more confidence. I think you would have had a much better time.
Honestly, that was the only of all the trips that we did. That was the only time I was not comfortable with it. Everything else, even the first day, I was fine. You guys were telling me I had a wheel in the air. I never felt. I mean, I seriously, I didn't. It felt solid. So that was a blast. Absolute blast. I'm glad we got to do that.
I just remember you saying, Jenny's behind me walking, and we're like, what?
Yeah, don't try to pick her up.
Yeah. It was don't try to pick her up.
Yeah, you were like, don't try to figure I was like, he must have pissed her off now. Oh, what did he do?
No, it was a comfort thing. Unfortunately for her, I'm glad she wasn't in there for the next 100 feet when it started slipping and I reached my comfort area. Yeah. She made the right call.
Izzo, $1 Million Highway was another road that we took. It was paved the whole way, but what did it not have that every other freeway has?
No, it wasn't
rail guards. It didn't have rail guards.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
no rail guards.
No rail guards.
No
nothing to keep you in, and all of a sudden it was like a 300 foot drop to nowhere, and nothing to keep you on.
You saw parts of that road were actually built into they had anchorage. Sticking out from the side of the cliff to hold the road up. You're basically driving on a bridge.
Right. Yeah, parts of it.
That was a blast. Did you guys see that picture I posted in Discord today? Like
yes,
the aerial shot
from
showing
how
the
close
plane. Everything was.
Yeah.
You do all that driving. It's a hour and a half to drive from Telluride to Ouray, and they're 5 miles apart, straight line. They just have a 14,000 foot mountain between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
the craziest thing on that road was, to me, they built a bridge they built a overhang for the cars to go under a tunnel that helps avalanches and rock slides just go over the road. You're like, you know what? Nature's won here. We concede. We build a tunnel.
Right.
Just let it happen.
True. Yeah. Very true.
Oh, we looked something up too because we were really curious, like why don't they have any guardrails on this road at all? And actually, it
Okay.
made perfect sense when we figured it out. Jenny was researching on the drive
They
back.
just want to let
It-
people die.
no,
I'm okay with this.
winter they keep that road open for a lot of the winter. It's for snow clearing. They just push it over the edge. If you have the guardrails, it's going to build up.
Ah.
Yep.
Mm. Yeah, a lot of the reason why things are the way they are is due to the snow they get in the winter.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have that problem in the summer. Like, why is that there? Why is this configured? Well, it's because when it snows, you're not gonna have that part of the road's not gonna be there, or you're not gonna be able to get past it, or something like that. So,
Mhm.
I lived my whole life in Michigan. I know how to do winter driving. I know how to drive on ice. I would never in a million years drive that road in the winter. That takes
yeah,
another level. I know people out west are used to that, and you have chains and everything. But man,
Mhm.
hard pass.
Yeah.
I'll do the extra 3 hours of driving in a heartbeat.
I think
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat with there's
Yeah.
snow or ice there. I'm a Texan. I am a better Texan that can drive ish on the snow, but mountain driving on the snow, I don't know.
You lived in
Mm.
I lived in Texas for a year. Everything shuts down when it's below 32.
I have a
Mhm.
picture somewhere. I gotta find it. It threatened to snow later
Mm.
that afternoon or later that evening, and all the freeways were closed for so many accidents and traffic. Everyone's going home at the same time in the
Yeah.
afternoon for a threat of
Yeah.
snow at 9 o'clock in the night.
Mm.
Picking the
other
kids
thing
up.
that
Go buy your milk. Go ahead.
Right.
I was just saying, the other thing I couldn't understand is all the roads have a soft shoulder. Like
Yes.
the side of the road where you're going to fall off and die is sloped toward
Yes.
danger. I could not understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's got to be a snow thing as well. I would
Maybe
assume.
water, maybe
Yeah.
to let the water.
Yeah, it could
run
be.
off.
Yeah, it could be water also. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Also,
So-
the other thing that I was internal, and I knew this from years ago, but it's been so long since I was in Colorado. When they say left lane for passing only, they mean it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yep. Sheesh. Well, it was a great trip. I really had a lot of fun. I did. But Rob, I told my wife about your popcorn story,
Oh.
and she's not buying it.
She's not buying the protein.
No, the protein.
Did she
yeah,
Google it? Did she Google it?
She did, but I didn't have the link to the exact Orville Redenbacher. She looked up Orville Redenbacher microwave, and it had like 2 grams.
No, it's
And,
the regular.
Yeah, I told
I'll
her that.
send
but
you the
yeah,
link.
Send me the link because she's not buying it. I'm like, we need to get an air popper. She's like, why? I'm like, well, there's apparently a lot of protein in this one variety of popcorn. Out of 50 varieties of popcorn, you can get one that has protein.
No, there's 2. There's the.
Is
Pop
there 2?
Secret
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
All right.
backstory here is Kyle brought amazing movie quality popcorn for the trip, and he did not give me a bag, but one night, Robert, go ahead, Kyle.
I brought all that for Rob. I know that's
Yeah.
his kryptonite.
Right.
That is my favorite thing.
But one night you put Old Bay. Oh, what
Old
was
Bay.
it? Old Bay.
Old Bay.
Yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like it. I just want salt. It's a good thing you killed
I
the
liked
popcorn for me, so I didn't eat it. But I did not. But that popcorn was good that Kyle made. It was amazing. Next time I
was
know,
really
I
good.
got the movie popcorn salt downstairs, and I'll bring that. And I just keep putting more and more salt on it. You can't be enough salty on pie popcorn.
KJ5GKK Paul, he says, if you haven't done it already, y'all should consider the Beartooth Highway, Montana-Wyoming border. Amazing drive. We did that last year.
Yeah, we did.
We did that last year.
And it
After
was
leaving,
awesome.
and it was awesome. Yeah, after leaving Yellowstone, we drove up to Montana, to Billings, Montana, and dropped off Frank and Rob. We stayed in an Airbnb in Billings, Montana that night, or outside of Billings, Montana that night. We toured the Red Ox factory, that's where they're from. Amazing made in the USA bags. And we did the Beartooth Highway driving up to that point, and we stopped and took some pictures and videos. So yeah, that's
My comment on that is do that on the way into Yellowstone Because if
Yeah.
you do that on the way out, it's gonna be underwhelming because you already seen tons of valleys, tons of rivers. So it was beautiful. It was amazing on its own right, but I was already at that point overwhelmed with nature. So I can appreciate this, but right now it's another valley.
Yeah.
I remember when I did the cross country road trip out to Portland, and that was the first time I went to Yellowstone. I had been hitting so many national parks by that point. When I did the loop of Yellowstone, I kept seeing waterfalls. I'm like, oh, there's another one, 300 feet tall, whatever. Nature overload is definitely a thing. Trips like that.
Mm-hmm. Good. Did Kyle's sum drop shift on the highway curves? Izzo says. I don't know. I saw him drinking sun drop. He didn't offer me any, but he did bring it.
Oh, he hides it.
I ran out. It's a
Did you?
travesty. I ran out.
Oh boy. So I found
know
out
Jason and I, like every time we stopped at probably 15 loves
yes.
going out and coming back. And almost every time we stopped, we would buy like 3 ghosts each. And so I think I'm still detoxing off that.
I've got one right here, actually.
We went through 2 cases of Cherry Coke Zero.
We did.
Surprised me. I thought 2 cases would have been enough for the weekend.
2 12-packs. 2 12-packs. But yeah, I drank one of those in the morning, but that was it. I didn't drink one of those throughout the rest
of those.
I drink one in the morning and one at lunch.
Okay.
But hey, I don't mind it's out. I was just surprised when I ran out. I was like, oh
yeah.
Next time I'll bring a 3.
It was the last day we ran out though, so we didn't really. I mean, it sounded like you got enough, really. But I hear you. Yeah, Love's Truck Stops has, and Kyle told me about this on our. I guess that was the Yellowstone trip. If you download the Love's Truck Stop app, which is free, it gives you a scan code, and you scan that at the pump. You go to fill up gasoline, regular gasoline, not diesel, and it'll give you 10 cents off per gallon. And I think it says up to 25 cents off per gallon on diesel, auto diesel, not truck diesel, but auto diesel, if there's a difference.
It's probably what pump you started at.
Right. I think it has to do with the pump. But I think that the Pilot and Flying J app now does the same thing. I saw something. I stopped at a Flying J on a trip a month or 2 ago, and they were advertising their app now gives 10 cents off a gallon. So if you do road trips, get a truck stop app, Love's Truck Stop or Flying J, whichever one you like better, whichever one's closer to you.
I used to
more prevalent in your area, maybe. But
I used to prefer Flying J. Hednobics asked, Jason, did Electra make the trip?
She did not. I did not take her. I don't typically take her on. Pixie was there, but Kyle has a hiker trailer. I was staying in a tent, and I don't typically take her on tent camping trips because I don't have anywhere to put her. I'm not leaving her in a hot car. I'm just not going to do it. And I don't have anywhere to put her when we go out to eat or go to a brewery or something like that. So I did not take her. She's going with me in a couple weeks to Huntsville. So she's going to make an appearance at Huntsville like she has the last several years. But, yeah. Not this trip, unfortunately.
Greg, how about Buc-ee's? Who stopped at Buc-ee's?
I don't think
You
we
guys
ever
have
stopped
Buc-ee's
there.
on the way?
Yeah, we went by.
Yeah.
There's one in Amarillo.
One in Amarillo
Yeah,
and one in
yeah.
Fort Worth. The Fort Worth was
Yeah.
one that was too close, and the Amarillo we pretty much breezed through Amarillo, except on the way back.
Right.
I think I was looking at the map. There actually was one. There is one in Colorado, but it was not on the routes that we were taking. It was like towards Boulder, north of Denver.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, Buc-ee's is a love-hate thing for me. I like Buc-ee's. It's a great place to stop. But if it's like really, really crowded, I'm like, forget this. I'm not spending 20 minutes trying to get into and another 20 minutes trying to get out of that place. And I've done that before. The one in Madisonville, Texas, one time was so crowded, the line to get out of the place was like 5 to 7 cars deep at every exit. And I'm like, we went in there and did our thing, and we got in line, and it took us 20 minutes to get out of the place. I'm like, I'm not doing that again. Next time I see it that crowded, I'm continuing down the road and I'll stop at a truck stop or something. But
The one in
It's
Huntsville is
Go ahead.
the
Rick.
the one in Madison. Madison's always crowded.
yes, yeah.
I just keep
Well,
on trucking.
it's okay during the week. If you're traveling on a holiday weekend or on a Saturday, forget it. But yeah, if you're going down like Emily and I will go down to Galveston a lot of times on first thing Sunday morning, or maybe Friday morning, something like that. It's not so bad then. But I always look. I mean, we'll exit the highway and look over there at the traffic, and if it's too crowded, I'll just okay, get back on the highway. Let's keep going, we don't stop. So it's a cool place, but it's not worth spending an extra half hour just to get in there. So
especially when you're driving 8-9 hours.
right.
Interstellar Starman says, Bucky says the cleanest restrooms. They do, but you know what?
They do.
Everyone's picking up the restroom game because of Bucky's.
I think you're right.
A lot of restrooms are starting to look nicer and cleaner, and not just the old Phillips 66 bathroom that is grungy and you got to go through the back to get to. Not anymore.
Well, and the one in Madisonville, Texas, is literally almost eerily exactly halfway between here where I'm sitting and our house in Galveston. So it's just a logical stopping point. But it's the only thing that's out there, and gas is 10 to 20 cents a gallon higher there than it is pretty much anywhere else you go, because they're the only thing out there. So they have, captured audience and all that stuff. So It really depends on if you find a Buc-ee's that's out in the middle of nowhere, their gas prices are actually quite high. But anyway, it was definitely a fun trip. I very much enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one, whenever that might be. And but before that, looking forward to Huntsville. What's everyone doing for Huntsville?
Well,
nobody's doing anything for Huntsville. Okay,
Driving, penning it up this time.
Are you driving, Mike?
Oh yeah, I always drive.
Okay. Well, you used to drive everywhere, and then you kind of backed off on that. So I wasn't sure.
Well, we would have taken the camper out to Colorado, but it would have added 2 days on top of it. Plus driving with the grades and everything. It was just too much, and we got a pretty good tent set up, so that's what we went with. But yeah, no, I drive to Huntsville every year. It's only 8.5 hours, I think. 8.
Oh, that's not okay. Yeah, you're actually closer than I am. So okay, good. Well, I'm driving. I'm taking the new camper. I got to call them tomorrow. I'm going to try to go out. I have Wednesday through Sunday night reserved right now. I'm going to call them tomorrow and see if Tuesday night is open, which I'm sure it is. And I'm going to try to go a day early. I know T.O. and a couple other guys are going on Monday. Some of those guys are trying to make a whole week-long trip out of it, and I think that's a great idea. But I'm going to, right now, if my plans work out, I'm going to leave on Tuesday. It takes about 10 to 11 hours to get there, and, maybe a little bit longer with pulling a RV. And I'll be there Tuesday dinner time, evening, something like that. Set up camp. Won't have a slide room on my camper, so it'll be glorious. Just back in, level it up, and we're done. So, and then we'll have Wednesday and Thursday to kind of chill. POTA day on Friday, Hamfest Saturday, Sunday, and go home. But y'all, lots more information to come about Huntsville on the live stream, both next weekend, but especially 2 weekends from now. So
I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm flying out Wednesday.
Did you guys book your flight yet?
We're going to do that tomorrow.
Yet. Yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to chat tomorrow. And I still need that flight info that we talked about, Jason.
Oh, yeah. I'll get I'll text you with that here in a minute. So that's not a problem.
So looking forward to that. And I'm going to do a 4 days in August session with T.O. on satellites.
Ooh.
So looking forward to doing that as well.
Yeah, I was hoping T.O. would join us tonight because I was going to let him talk about that. But we'll have him on the stream probably in 2 weeks when I'm going to invite all the YouTubers who are coming to the Hamfest, and he can kind of lay out details of what he's doing with that.
Nice.
Let's see. Yep. But
Brett's asking about the Friday potluck and cookout on. Yep,
we're totally doing that. Kyle, do you want to talk to that, or are you in a spot where you can do that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So Friday at the pavilion, we're going to try and eat between 11 and noon, and we're going to cook 80. Last year we cooked for 60, and I think we just had enough, but I think we got a little bit more publicity. This year we're going to cook for 80. If you guys want to bring a side to the camp out, that would be great. And as soon as all of the all of what we receive go to the Teachers Institute to help Steve Goodgame teach ham radio to teachers who then go and teach that ham radio in classroom. So last year we raised $2,400. The goal this year is $3,000. So hopefully we can meet that.
And what's the famous side that's going to be there again this year?
Well, I don't know, since you didn't make it for us at this camping trip, so.
It wasn't made because it was a pain in the butt, but it is going to be made this year again at the Huntsville Hamfest. Friday, I'm going to be there also helping Kyle, and I'll be making my beans. And I think I did 4 pounds last year of beans, and I'll be doing that again. I might up it to 6. We'll see. Mm-hmm. But when I'm cooking that forewarning, I ain't holding any punches. This is Frank's beans on the game. So
I think if you cook them hotter, Frank, then less people will eat them and they'll last longer.
I can
seriously. Seriously. Do it like you do it. So
I suggest you come to the cookout, you eat Frank's beans, and you schedule your next colonoscopy on Monday morning.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
But yes, they will be habaneros in them. So I'll be cooking habaneros and jalapenos and onions and garlic to get them ready for the beans. And I think last year I cleared half that pavilion when I was cooking.
Yeah, the ton.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
But
so
I'll be there helping out too with the whole thing. And if Kyle was a little gurgled, all this is going to be on fundraiser support for AWL teachers through Good Game and the Teachers Institute, and all the money raised is going to go to them and minus costs. And if you come, give us a donation and help out with supporting kids in ham radio.
Yeah, so the beginning of that Kyle said, Kyle's audio is somewhat lacking because he's driving right now. And trust me, the state of Colorado, just like last year with the state of Utah and Wyoming, these states absolutely hate cell phone signals. I'm like they. Either AT&T and Verizon pissed them off, or they pissed those companies off. I don't know which one it is, but you guys that live out there, sorry, God, that your cell service is so terrible out there. But the last 3 years, I think we've had a cookout at the pavilion on Friday. And Kyle, somebody asked about the Blackstone. Is AFL bringing his Blackstone again, or do I need to bring mine? Just let me know. He's bringing his. Okay. So we cooked for 60, or they cooked. I didn't cook. They cooked for 60 people last year. Kyle said they're going to do 80 people this year. We take donations for the food. If you can't donate, don't feel like you can't come, because we don't. It's not like there's a checklist or something like that. We don't stamp your hand before you get in line for a hamburger. It's nothing like that. But the last couple years, we've gotten such good donations that we take all that extra money and we donate it to the Teachers Institute, Steve Goodgame's enterprise at the ARRL. And Kyle said that last year we raised about $2,400, and this year our goal is to raise an extra $3,000. So this is after all the expenses from buying the food and whatnot. So we're always trying to raise money for his for Good Game's thing, because it's a fantastic cause. But that's where we're going with that. So yeah, y'all mark your calendars for the Friday and we're going to talk about this more next week and certainly the week after on this live stream. So mark your calendars for that for sure. But Friday at the Pavilion, if you just go into the guard shack and drive into the guard shack and say, I'm here for the ham radio cookout, they're going to be like, oh, go over here. They know exactly what we're doing and where to go. You have to pay $5 for a day pass unless you have an Alabama State Park pass, and then come in there and join us, and we have a good time. It's a fun time. It has been for the last 3 or 4 years.
I think this is year 5.
Might be. It is
21.
This would be 4 then. No, you're right. It is 5.
5th year.
It is 5. Yeah. Okay. Because we did a POTA at the Pavilion in 21. I don't remember if we did a cookout or not. Maybe we did. That was the year after. That was kind of like when COVID was starting to wind down, and they were up in the air whether they were gonna even have the Hamfest at all. But that was the first major Hamfest to happen after COVID. So there were a lot of people there that year. And ever since then, it's been an incredibly fun show. So, Don, I'm sorry you can't make it, buddy. We'll, Don, N5SKT says, let those of us who can't go know how we can help. Kyle has a Venmo and a Zelle and a couple other things, maybe PayPal, and we'll get that shared out for sure on one of my live streams or elsewhere. So we'll take care of you guys on that. No problem. Appreciate your support of that for sure. But awesome.
Hey, one other thing, Jason, you called
Go
out
ahead.
the cell companies.
Yes.
We need to call out Colorado across the board. Meshtastic was like just not even represented. I think we saw if we saw 6 nodes, we might be pushing it. It might not have been 6, but maybe it was 6 nodes over the entire week, no matter what town we were in. It was real. I mean, and here's a place that could really use Meshtastic.
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, with all the with the poor cell coverage and the mountain. I mean, even if you had excellent cell coverage, the mountain ranges, man.
Yeah.
The mountain ranges. I mean, excellent opportunity for repeaters and Meshtastic. They do have a really cool repeater system in I guess the western part of Colorado and the eastern part of Utah. That I was talking to a guy on Simplex. He told me the name. I don't remember the name right now, but I was monitoring one of those repeaters, and it wasn't really active, but I did hear activity out there. At least once, maybe twice a day, I heard
Colorado Connection.
That might have been it. I don't remember right now.
Colorado Connection, I think is what it was called.
Could be. But it's something. But he said it was a linked repeater system, and he gave me the website to go to, and I was driving. I don't remember what he said. But it was a good. I mean, we had excellent repeater coverage in the park that we were staying in, and I heard conversations periodically throughout the week. Not as much as I would have expected from a linked repeater system, but it was being used. So that was kind of fun too. Rob W0RPH in the chat. He says he's in Colorado. What is Meshtastic? I don't know if you're kidding or not. If you're actually serious about that question, go check out. I've done a few videos on Meshtastic. There's some on my channel, but Rob Digital Rancher in the chat, he has a lot more videos than I do about Meshtastic. Go look up Digital Rancher on YouTube and just search for Meshtastic on YouTube. But in this in our space, Rob has a lot of videos out there as well.
Great little devices that are super cheap and give you texting capability without any type of subscription or monthly bill. Right.
Yep.
It uses all the devices as a mesh, right? They all recognize each other. They all link up, sync up, and you can pass messages across that entire network. Super cool stuff.
Yeah, free off-grid text messaging. Rob says, no, he's not serious, but it is rare there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he was being facetious, which, I thought that's what you were doing, but still would be fun. So we're going to, this Rob right here on my stream is going to work on a setup for us to use at Huntsville for Meshtastic. So maybe have that going.
Yeah, if the Meshtastic folks aren't going to put something out, then we'll put out some guidance. We'll put out some QR codes so folks can all sync up, be on the same page, and be able to communicate.
Right.
Are we going to have a special build again so that it doesn't repeat the number of hops?
Well, if, like I said, if Meshtastic proper doesn't come out with a build, which I don't think they will, right? Because it's a smaller Hamfest, then we'll do what we did in Florida, which is just provide some direction, right? This is how you set up your device. Here's a QR code to get the right channels, and we'll have a great time with it.
Yeah, that's good. KB5U2I in the chat. Thank you for the super chat, Dave. Most of us worked Dave numerous times this last week.
Yeah, he's down chasing us all week. That was great. Yeah. Thanks, Dave. Yep.
Says, love living vicariously through radio this week. Envious. And Dave, I think you said earlier you're going to be at Huntsville, correct? I believe. He represents Seed Studios, who is a developer and designer of Meshtastic devices, the hardware. Probably not big enough. Okay. I thought you said earlier you would be there, but okay. Yeah, it's not a huge show. It's not as big as Orlando and Dayton, but it is an incredibly fun show. A lot of people there, so a lot of us there anyway. So.
No, I think Dave. Good. Yeah, Dave's going to be there, but maybe Seed's. Yeah, Dave's going to be there. I know he's going to be there.
Okay. Well, I don't know who.
Maybe he was answering something else.
He might have been answering something else. Yeah. That response came in kind of quick from when I asked him, because there's like a 35-second delay between what you're hearing me say right now and when I actually said it. So, good. Okay.
Because I think he even said he's going to be up on the mountain Wednesday. So coming in on Tuesday, up on the mountain Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Good. Yeah. Oh, there he is. He says, "Yes, sir. Have our booth right next to ICOM."
Good.
So okay. So yeah,
nice.
we've got more than one conversation going on here. No worries. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Seed Studios Meshtastic hardware devices will be represented at Huntsville this year. So some good stuff from them. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We've been going for about an hour, and it's getting dark where Kyle is, wherever he is, driving through Kansas, I think. And there's Pixie. I see Pixie there.
Pixie girl.
There she is right there. I hope you're not driving. I hope you're not doing 75 down the highway when you're doing that.
Passenger window rolled all the way down.
Right.
Half her body's hanging out.
Right.
She always wanted to be on Kyle's lap when we're driving around, even when a couple of times we are going through those low passes or no guardrails. Pixie's right there. Let me on your lap. Let me on your lap. She's
Absolutely.
a good girl, though.
Yeah, she did. She did great this last weekend. So good. Well, what's coming up on everyone's channel? Rob, Kyle, Frank, Mike, and Jeff, you guys don't have channels necessarily, but we're looking forward to seeing you guys in Huntsville. But what's coming up on y'all's channels?
Rob, why don't you start?
Yeah, I've got. I'll be putting out some stuff from the trip, but things have kind of calmed down here. I had a little bit of a wild month last month.
Yeah.
So things have calmed down a bit. So I'm going to be getting back to the satellite ground station. So that project is front and center. There's a lot of folks that are showing interest in that, and we have some other plans with that as well. So I'm hoping to wrap that up here in the next month. So keep your eyes out for that. And, I'll be putting out some Colorado stuff, but yeah, I'm excited to get back to the ground station.
Good. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that in the capacity we spoke about earlier this week. So more to come on that later. Cool. Kyle says he's doing really good. So Kyle's got a second channel, for those of you who don't know, called Square Drop Adventures, where he talks about his hiker trailer and all the stuff he does with his hiker trailer, and a lot of stuff like trips like this. And that channel is doing quite well. So what's coming up for you, Kyle?
Yeah. So I got a couple of trips that I'm going to put on the Square Drop channel, but on Thursday, I'm going to do a live stream with Don, WA4MCM, who, if you've been watching my channel, I put together a portable satellite rotator.
Yes.
And he is going to be on Thursday to talk about the kit and how to control it and everything about the kit. And so that's Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central.
This Thursday. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of that, our next RV chat live stream on my Unplugged channel will be a week from tonight. So fingers crossed Mark is available next week. We're going to have him on, talk about Huntsville Hamfest for an hour or so. And then once we end that live stream, we'll go live on my Unplugged channel and talk about, and I think what we want to talk about this time is, let's talk about what everyone's bringing to Huntsville. Because most of us who are on the trip, or who are on in that interview chat, are bringing a camper of some sort to Huntsville. So if you are in the chat right now and you're planning to come to Huntsville and bring a camper of any kind, I don't care what kind it is, and you want to join us on that live stream on my second channel next weekend, you are welcome to. Hit me up on Discord. Send me a DM or hit me up on Discord, something like that. So that might be a kind of a fun opportunity to talk about, not just talk about RVs, but say, hey, here's what we're going to do with them, and we're going to be all using them next week. Cool. Did you guys ever actually make any contacts with that setup this last week?
No.
No. We were trying to get it to work with PC Sat 32 and ran into some issues, but we're going to resolve them on Thursday.
Good. Okay. Excellent.
Issues with PC Sat 32. Can't imagine how.
Good. Well, the true ham radio fashion. So do a Nuggets episode. That'll get you going for sure.
Are you going to be doing a Nuggets episode coming up here shortly?
Yeah, I'm going to be on Nuggets. I'm not sure if it's tomorrow or when it is. Tio hadn't reached back out to me about that, but yeah, we've got something in the works and planned. So, Kyle, Frank, what's coming up for you?
Coming up, I think it's going to be Monday if I finish editing it. I am working on it right now. The final video for our Colorado trip. There's also a playlist of all the videos I have created to this point, and this final one will be on there also. I also did a live stream where we live streamed the whole activation, and that's where he got the cut of the other Frank. From. But that activation was fun. I saw Robert streaming. I was like, oh, man, he's going to stream. I think that was a good idea. Then you went to your satellite pass. It's like, oh, I'm taking it. And I let it run. By the end of it, I was at 8% battery life.
We were on top of a mountain for that one. And it's amazing how much better the internet works on top of a mountain when you're not impeded by trees and canyons. But yeah, that was a good stream. You guys did a good job with that.
So the videos released was us driving out, and then a part 1 to the whole series. And I'm working on part 2. It's days 3, 4 of the trip, and day 5 and 6. So the 5 and 6 is us driving back. I don't think it's going to be its own episode. I might just throw it all in there. We'll see how long it is. I don't know.
I think I've got 5 days worth of 5 separate episodes, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to wait until they're all edited so I can put them up one today, one tomorrow, one the next day, that kind of thing. So probably put those up sometime later start those sometime later this week. But yeah, that's kind of what I got too.
I went to go to the cigar bar today and to edit some. And I drove up at like 11:15. It's like, I'm going to get there early. I'm going to get my spot because these guys are jack wagons. And I forgot they opened at noon on Sunday. So I was like, screw it. I just went home. I didn't want to wait an hour.
All right. Well, if you want to go up there sometime this week, let me know.
Will do.
All right, guys. Look forward to seeing everyone in Huntsville. Thank you for joining me tonight. Everybody in the chat, everybody in the Zoom. And it was a fun trip. Thank you for those of you who did work us on both SOTA and POTA. And we're gonna do some POTA at Montesano here in about 2 weeks. So you guys stay tuned for that. So,
and ideas are already working for next year.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, everyone have a good evening. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to talking sometime this week. So, see you guys later.
Bye.
7-3.